American things from the 80s will never do again. Really interested to see what we got with this, see if I recognize any of these things. Aside to getting into this video, before we do, I appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button. Let me know if you guys was doing any of these things in the 80s. And yeah, let's jump straight to this and check this out.
For this list, we're looking at popular trends from the 80s that are now unfathomable.
Okay.
What's something else from the 1980s that no one does anymore?
Right.
Let us know in the comments. Number 10, get glamour shots.
Huh?
Glamour photography has been around a long time. In the 80s, young kids would pop into the glamour studio at the mall and have an extra fancy photo session.
Wait. Malls had, like, glamour studios? Was like, people would, like, get done up, go to the mall, go to, like, a glamour studio, take a bunch of photos, and that's how they get their photos? Oh, people just do that in their room now.
There was typically at least one shot with some stylish hat, and
Okay.
the same recognizable backgrounds used for almost every customer. Clients were often accessorized with heavy makeup and
Yo, you guys gotta let me know, did you do this? And yo, if you got any glamour pictures still, like, send them me on Instagram, L3WG_. I need to see some.
clothes far too extravagant for them to wear on a daily basis.
Okay.
Throw in a feather boa and some gloves, and you've ticked off every glamour box from the 1980s.
Oh, wow.
Glamorous pictures are still taken today, just minus the 80s accessories and massive hair.
Right. And not in the mall. They're just done in your room pretty much. Or out and about.
9. Watch videos on MTV after school.
Announcing the latest achievement in
Okay.
home entertainment.
The only thing that I know about MTV is, was it MTV Pimp My Ride? Was that what it was? MTV Cribs, something like that?
The power of sight, video, the power of sound. MTV, music television.
On August 1st, 1981, music television, or MTV for short,
Right.
launched on the airwaves.
Oh, was that what it's designed for? MTV, like
channels
music?
had been tried before,
videos?
but MTV found its niche with younger audiences.
Right.
Kids would come home from school, flip on the TV, and watch countless music videos of bands they had heard on the radio.
Turn it on.
Wait, am I tripping? I swear. MTV had MTV Pimp My Ride and MTV Cribs. Is that after this section? I never really used MTV for watching like videos, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think, did we even have a channel in the UK?
Leave it on. America, see the music you want to see.
I want my MTV. All right.
Soon, it became every musician's goal to have their newest videos shown on the network.
Oh, really?
The format was copied time and time again by other countries, but MTV was definitively at its heyday in the 80s. Music videos are now mainly seen on YouTube,
Yep.
while MTV-style stations run more reality-style shows.
Oh, yes, that MTV has changed. Okay, so they first started with music videos, and now they've changed. So MTV Cribs and MTV Pimp My Ride are probably actual shows. I honestly, I haven't really watched them that much, I ain't gonna lie.
Number 8. Go to a video rental store.
Yo, I did
Video
this!
might have killed the radio star, but it didn't take too long for streaming to obliterate the video store.
Right.
The 1980s saw the VCR land in countless homes across the globe. And with it, video rental outlets began thriving.
Oh, we actually had a Blockbuster in the UK as well. It was so good, bro. Going to Blockbuster, renting a couple movies. Oh,
Wow.
so good. You could rent games as well.
Not only could you rent the latest films, but kids had access to dozens of video games they could try at home.
We
Yep.
have lots and lots of kids stuff for us.
It was a welcome surprise, although at first, movie studios opposed the entire concept of at-home viewing. Despite their decline, it's important to remember that if these stores had not existed, companies like Netflix may never have
True.
been born. After all, they started as a DVD rental company.
Netflix.
Do you know what's crazy? You know how, like, we see MTV with the music videos being the main thing and now, and then Blockbuster as well. You know how, like, we got YouTube and Netflix now? Do you ever think, like, there'll be more newer things that will knock them out of the situation, or not? Do you think they're too dominant now?
All the movies you want, $20 a month, and no late fees.
Number
See, like,
7.
I can't imagine a world without, like, YouTube or Netflix, bro. I can't imagine something overtaking them.
Do jazzercise.
The hell is
While
jazzercise?
visiting the aforementioned video store, you might have picked up a jazzercise tape. Workout
is jazz
fitness
size?
videos were all the rage during the 80s.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, you just buy this DVD and then like just copy?
Last 8.
Jane Fonda had her own series, as did Richard Simmons. A lesser-known name might be that of Judy Shepard-Missett, who founded the Jazzercise franchise in the late 1960s.
Okay.
While teaching dance, she learned that her students cared more about looking good than dancing well.
You'll be happy to know that while you're busy having fun dancing up a storm, your body will be getting a truly effective fat-burning aerobic workout.
What do you mean dance at the store? You do this at the store?
That's when she had her proverbial light bulb moment. She franchised the concept in the 80s, which meant the workouts became available across the US.
Okay.
Like many other fitness fads, Jazzercise is still around, but
Yeah, people definitely do get like the DVDs and like the videos and copy them, but yeah, I can't say I've ever done this. I don't know. Comment down below. Did you ever Jazzercise?
it is long past its peak.
Right.
The bigger the circle, the thinner the waist.
Yeah, I might be a little bit freaked out if I came downstairs one day and I see my mum doing this. I ain't gonna lie. I think it has passed its time now.
If you want a boogie, get down on the dance floor. Let's go!
Number 6.
Okay,
make
she's getting
a
into it.
mixtape. If you dig around your house, you might be able to find one of these.
I don't,
It's hard to
unfortunately.
fathom now, but
Wet bed foul.
mixtapes were pretty important back in the 1980s.
Heard of them,
At the
obviously.
time, people had to buy entire albums, so they'd often end up with dozens of tapes that only had a few songs they really liked.
Right.
Music lovers would therefore record their favorite tracks onto their mix. After some waiting, they'd have the best collection of tunes from their catalog all in one place.
Yo, how many of you guys actually made a mixtape? I can't say I've ever owned one.
And making someone a mixtape was just about the most romantic thing you could do.
Aw, that's
with
cute.
the introduction of single song purchases and eventually streaming services, playlists took over.
Right, that's
Number
why I
5,
used.
attend chickenpox parties.
$15 to infect your kids. Now featuring the Poxbox. Poxbox not recommended for pregnant or nursing women, as with any disease box results may vary.
Yo!
They are far less common now, and certainly highly frowned upon. But there was a time when this was a real thing.
Well, they
I've heard of this before, bro. This is wild. So, like, if your kid got chicken pox, you do a party so all the kids get it?
Actually first started in the pre-vaccine era. The symptoms of the chickenpox tend to be more severe in older children, adolescents, and adults.
Right.
The idea was you
Makes
really
sense.
wanted to have your children become affected with the
Okay.
illness.
Get it out of the
early.
way.
Exactly.
Normally, chickenpox runs through your system and you never get it again.
Why is it more dangerous with adults, though? You'd think, like, adults can fight off better.
So the logic was to catch it as a child when it's far less dangerous.
Right.
Parents would take never infected kids and put them in the same room as someone with the pox in the hopes that everyone would get sick.
Okay.
It's some kind of parental conspiracy. Our parents are trying to kill us or something.
Yo, imagine being a kid, bro. Be like, oh, but where we going? Don't worry about it. We're just taking you to a party. Okay, yeah, mum, but they're all ill. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just go close to them.
This practice fell out of favor in the mid-90s when a vaccine for the disease became available.
Oh,
But
really?
although
Okay.
pox parties are a thing of the past, some families still have such gatherings for other viruses.
You know, when people want to take that risk with their children to go to these parties and let them give a natural immunity, you know, they're rolling the dice essentially.
Number 4,
Wow.
wear shoulder pads in clothes.
Huh?
God, Veronica, drool much? His name is Jason Dean.
Football players have been sporting shoulder pads for ages. The fashionable version was born in the 1930s. Although the trend
What?
continued here and there, the 1980s saw the square shoulder look for women make a huge comeback.
I had shoulder pads
Wait, you guys actually wore shoulder pads in your clothing?
on everything small. My small dog walks around with shoulder pads. I think
What?
everyone should wear shoulder
I have
pads.
them in my
if they're
pajamas.
small.
Right. T-shirts, everything.
Shoulder pads.
You could take a simple T-shirt, add pads, belted, look terrific.
It was thought to create a more outlined shape and helped define the business suit look of the time. Popular TV shows
Oh,
like
wow.
Dynasty showcased high-class women wearing the notable look, making it all the more desirable.
You're bluffing, Crystal. You know you are. Am I?
Wait, you're telling me like most people wore shoulder pads back in the 80s, bro? Interesting.
Watch me.
But much like parachute pants, it is a clothing trend that later died off.
Right.
We'll still catch glimpses of shoulder pads from time to time,
There's
but
some
they
big ones.
certainly don't carry the same weight as before.
They're massive.
Number 3, get cassettes from Columbia House.
Huh? What's Columbia House?
When Columbia House first came along, they changed the music buying game.
Okay.
For just a penny, they would send you roughly 8 albums if you joined their club. It seemed like a revolutionary, cheap, and easy way to get lots of music very quickly.
Okay, what? So it's like a kind of like a package deal. Like you'll pay an amount, and they would just send you 8 random albums.
Just find our ad. It's in your Sunday paper. Pick any 11 records or tapes for a penny and see how to get even more music free.
But things
Oh, what?
soured just as fast. Members didn't necessarily realize they'd signed up to automatically be sent cassettes they didn't want. And they were on the hook to pay higher than retail value for them if they didn't opt out in time.
Oh, wow.
If you didn't do that in time, or if you just forgot, you would be shipped that record, and of course you would be billed for it.
Needless to say, it didn't take long before the company's billing tactics caught up with them.
Uh-oh.
Number 2, skip seatbelts. In most parts of the world today, people automatically put their seatbelts on when entering a car.
Right, of course.
It's been proven to save lives time and time again. Yet in the 1980s, buckling up wasn't as commonplace.
I oppose it on the
Yeah, I swear in the 80s, they didn't even have, like, seatbelts, right? Did your cars even not come with them? Or did they come with them, but you just didn't wear them?
basis that it replaces the free will of the individual with the desires of the state.
Many boomers
Mad.
and Generation Xers have stories of riding around town without having to put theirs on. It was a time
Mad.
when safety laws were far less strict, and consumers had a bit more choice as to how safe they could be.
Yo, was there more, like, deaths per accident ratio in the 80s than there is now? Considering that, like, most people didn't wear seatbelts?
I was totally shocked that Alberta would pass a seatbelt law. It just didn't seem like the kind of thing that people in cattle country would take.
Even
really?
the requirement for bike helmets didn't come into play until many years later.
Wow.
As the decade moved along, seatbelts became the norm and are now a standard part of our driving routine.
Mate, you'll get pulled over for not even wearing a seatbelt in the UK.
Encourage the people you care about to buckle up. Let's work together to save lives.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our
Link
latest
will be in
videos.
description.
You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
All right, what we got?
Number 1, buy cigarettes with a note from your parents.
Yo, this is
In
mad.
2021, you can expect to get carded when buying cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
If you roll the calendar back to the 1980s, all you needed to make such a purchase was a note from your parents.
Yo, this is mad. Listen, imagine that in today's world, bro. You just can't. You just can't imagine it.
It sounds baffling today, but it's true.
Well, mad.
For me, they're for my parents.
Imagine a kid going up buying cigarettes with a note from the parent. Even a text or even a video message from the parents, you wouldn't be able to get served them.
My mom gave me this list of notes. She even signed it.
Crossing the street and going into the
Mad.
gas station, kids simply had to show a slip to the cashier that said they had permission to get the product.
Wait, could they buy alcohol as well? You know how they could buy cigarettes for the parents with a note? Could you guys that did that buy alcohol for your parents as well?
Often, the workers would know the family, so sales were made all too easily. Obviously,
wow.
this practice is now long gone.
Yeah,
as
you can't.
far tighter restrictions have been put in place.
That ain't happening
Do you
now.
agree with our picks?
You guys gotta let me know which ones of those you guys did. Yeah, great video. Enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Subscribe for more content. I'm live every single day on twitch.tv/L3WG. If you guys want to check me out over there, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.